Hello, everyone, and welcome to Up Supercast, the only podcast that Saf is willing to stay up past his bedtime for. I am your host, Muzzy, and joining me today is Brandon.
I don't have a lot to say because I'm disappointed, and that's all I want to say right now.
Ills.
E3 dead. E3 dead. E3 dead.
And Safi.
Like Norman Reedus, I am fueled purely by Monster Energy drink.
Alrighty. So yeah, it's to peel behind the curtain a little bit, it is 12:45 a.m. for Saf right now. Can you believe that? On a Wednesday night. Yeah.
What a degenerate.
Party animal.
Party animal, that's what
Do
he
you
is.
even have a job?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would doubt it if he's up at 1 a.m. on a weeknight. You know?
Somebody call
This
his
is his
boss.
job.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, he's full-time editor of the Up Supercast. That's his job description.
Wow. Really?
Yeah,
Not
believe it
doing
or
well in
not,
life.
he only gets paid whatever the patrons donate. So like,
So like 5 pence an hour.
That's his salary.
So Sap is homeless.
he has just enough to keep get a McChicken every now and then.
Every now and
Chicken's all
then.
he needs.
That luxury.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. Well, let's get this started, shall we? Obviously Will's not here, but that's okay. The show must go on, right? So Rod Ferguson, you may have heard of this man. He was the head of the Gears franchise for the last couple of years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Gears 5 just launched to a big success. Obviously they're going to move on with Gears going forward into next gen.
Did you say
However,
Rod Ferguson or Rod Ferguson?
Rod Ferguson.
Okay.
However, Microsoft and the Coalition will be moving on to Gears without him because he has left the studio. And he has left the studio for a very specific reason. Blizzard has hired him to oversee the Diablo franchise. Now, Let me tell you why this is important and why this is possibly suspect on the part of Diablo 4. Because Rod Ferguson, I forget who mentioned it, so I apologize for not crediting the tweeter in question. But he is apparently known in the industry as the kind of guy people bring on to, save projects that are in desperate need, going through development hell or what have you. Recently, he kind of brought together BioShock Infinite at the end because that game was not going anywhere, and he's a great project manager,
Hmm.
And
Not instilling a lot of confidence for Diablo 4.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to get at. So what do you think this bodes for Diablo 4?
I mean, Gears 5 shows how successful he is in regards to what he does and how good he is at what he does. So this is probably a really good catch for Blizzard, especially considering the 2019 year that they had and how shitty of a year they had. So this is probably something that's very much needed for them.
Not even 2019. They just started out 2020 on the wrong foot with Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shocking.
they started the year off terribly,
Well, I heard that they fired all their quality control people recently.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's why there was some snafus there.
That's an
This is nothing but good news for fucking Blizzard at this stage.
Is it good news though? Because I can see you having faith in Rod Ferguson. That's fair, right? He brings together the project, he gets them focused, whatever, right? However, we know for a fact Diablo 4 was in development hell for a while, right?
Yeah.
Just got restarted about a year ago, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they announced it very early, right? Very early, obnoxiously early, I would say.
Well, it's like one of those things just to please the fans because they messed up so bad.
Yep. And it's if they have to bring the guy on to kind of steer the ship in the right direction, that tells you that things are not going smoothly over there,
Yeah. But I want to have faith in him because I'm seeing parallels to Metro Prime 4. So I want to see a positive outlook for this.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So that way I could have a more of a positive outlook for Metro Prime 4 because that's also been announced prematurely. They had to restart it like last year with a brand new, with Retro and just start a new team again and work on it. So I'm hoping that this is a positive change because like Gears 5 was successful. Like even with Game Pass, it was like a critical success and even a commercial success. So this could be a good. I have faith that it could be a good thing simply because of like how well he's done with the Gears franchise alone.
But conversely, I mean, I don't want to blame Rod Ferguson for BioShock Infinite, but like after the initial reception that was pretty positive, as time went on, people soured hard on that game. You know, BioShock Infinite is not looked upon very favorably today.
Or at least mildly. In comparison to the first two, yes.
Well, the first one.
I still don't think people say it's a bad game, but yeah, it's not on the level the first two were.
Yeah.
Do people like BioShock 2 that much?
I have no idea how.
I mean, BioShock 2 is okay.
But
I liked Infinite. I don't know why you guys are saying it's bad now.
I'm not saying it's bad at all.
I mean, that's just kind of the general reception these days, though. The kind of like how people talk about BioShock Infinite today is very different than the way they did a month after it came out. You know,
that's weird.
I
mean, it has problems, but I think overall it's pretty good. But with that aside, I mean, I think it's bad that Blizzard, seems to be running into brick walls over and over again. Like, I don't understand what's going on over there.
It's hard to have faith in Blizzard right now, right? Like, it really is. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's because I am very excited for Diablo 4. I am because I like Diablo 3 a lot. But like,
you didn't play it at launch, did you?
No, I did not play it at launch. But then that's another point, right? Like, they've already had issues with Diablo in the past.
Yeah.
And so like, oh man, I don't know. Like, it's really hard for me to just like, without seeing anything, really have any sort of faith in Blizzard right now. Especially that the game is years off and whatever. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that is the other side of the coin. Because like, even though they have like a good guy or like a qualified person, like a proven person working on it, it's still Blizzard, and they still have some fucking problems with their own development of games.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you get bought out by Activision.
Apparently, I don't know. Yeah.
God damn, right, Blizzard used to be such a titan of the industry, and it's just been going down and down.
They really were, and it's weird because like Overwatch wasn't that long ago, and Overwatch started really strong too, But then but then over time, people got more and more sour on Overwatch, and what have they kind of? Have they released anything major since Overwatch? I'm kind of
Overwatch was 2018, wasn't it? Or was it 2018?
It was 2016.
2016.
So 2016. 4 years ago now.
Shit.
World of Warcraft.
4 years ago now.
Expansions.
Yeah, World of Warcraft expansion, and then they shut down Heroes of the Storm in the meantime.
I know at least one of those expansions did not go over well.
Yeah.
Battle for Azeroth.
And yeah, I don't know. Blizzard's in a weird place, man. I don't know. Like, it's hard to be enthusiastic about them right now.
Yeah. No, it's kind of tough.
Well, hopefully Rod Ferguson does the job that he's kind of known to do and kind of rights the ship. We also have another big departure, which is one of the two Hauser brothers. Dan Hauser has left Rockstar. Now this is a big deal because the Hauser brothers are Rockstar. Like those are.
I mean, since like GTA 3, which is like,
the
start of like the huge. It's really the start of Rockstar becoming a Rockstar as we know it. So
yeah. Exactly.
What do you mean they are Rockstar? Can you go into that a little bit?
So they are the studio heads, right? The two Hauser brothers.
They take a lot of. They're the ones that are the creative minds behind a lot of the Rockstar games. They like head up the writing.
Yes.
They kind of decide on like where the game's directed or designed. Like they have they're kind of like Sakurai. Like they have a lot of influence and they supervise a lot of things about how the game is supposed to be made.
Yeah.
I
don't want to diminish the work of obviously Rockstar has like probably like thousands of employees, at least hundreds. But like the games that Rockstar puts out, GTA's and the Red Dead's and all, are very much like in their vision. Like Sal said, they do the main writing, they do the scenarios, they do the it's very much their vision.
What was Dan Houser the brother that did the news story or like revealed that they were working like 100-hour work weeks to complete Resident Evil?
Yes.
That was him. He had a break, didn't he?
I don't know. I mean, so like apparently he hadn't been working with the studio for a couple months now. I don't know the exact details. I didn't actually look into it too much, but like he had been on a break, I guess, for a little bit. He kind of came under fire.
Yeah.
He after Red Dead came out, he kind of came under fire because it kind of kickstarted the crunch culture conversation, in video games. And it is interesting because he is the main writer, I believe, of the two House brothers. He's the writer, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And so that could have a big effect on Rockstar games going forward as well. I don't know. We'll see where they go from here. I don't know if this is a positive or a negative. I mean, of course, one of the two big voices in this company is leaving, so that's it's gonna be different. That's for sure.
Did he say anything about who's gonna replace him or like if?
No,
nothing like that.
No.
Shit, man.
So so we do know one of the Sam Houser is staying on, but that's kind of all we know. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, I kind of hope they bring someone on that kind of like the problem I have is like I hope they kind of like provide an environment that's much better for workers.
Yeah,
the
for
person that replaces it, but at the same time, like someone who has, again, at risk of diminishing the work of like thousands of employees, like someone who has had that much of an influence on the games that exist so far, like it's going to be interesting to see how the quality of the games will change, moving on from Dan Houser to maybe someone else who's going to replace him.
Well, and this isn't the first big departure of Rockstar, of course, because Leslie Benz, they kind of forced him out a couple years back, and he was also a big voice in Rockstar games.
What was the last game he worked on?
I want to say GTA 5.
Oh shit!
Because it wasn't too long ago.
Rockstar since 2013 has made 2 games, GTA 5 and Red Dead 2.
Dead. That's it. Yeah. They haven't really put out much since then. Yeah.
Damn. Where's Bully?
Where's Bully 2?
Indeed. Where is Bully indeed? Well, so that's Rockstar. Hope things go well. What else is what is a dumpster fire though? I shouldn't say what else because I don't know what Rockstar is. Our
might be
favorite topic, E3. So I don't know if you remember, a couple weeks back we kind of had a conversation about what the ESA is kind of thinking about doing. The kind of their plans and vision for the upcoming E3 after we found out Sony was not gonna attend this year again, right? And after the big old scandal of last year, clearly the ESA had they had some work to be done, right?
What was the scandal?
They had doxed essentially a bunch of journalists by accident.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ESA has kind of been under fire lately. And so one of the things that they were kind of talking about, this was leaked from internal documents, internal conversations and all. But basically one of the things that they were looking into was having Jeff Keighley play a big role into the upcoming E3 2020. Everyone trusts Keighley. He's a big voice in the industry. He runs a great ship with the. I can stop saying ship. But he does the Game Awards, right, which turns out pretty well every year. And so they were like, oh, let's get Jeff Keighley to kind of fix things. And at E3 itself, he works with YouTube to do the E3 Coliseum, the YouTube's E3 show. Mm-hmm. However, Jeff Keighley has said, I will not be attending E3 this year. Yeah, and I think that's a big blow, especially when this was the kind of guy that they were hoping would come in to fix things.
Yeah, and his statements made it seem like it was like a reluctant thing that he it wasn't an easy decision for him to come to.
Yeah. I mean, of course, because this guy has been a staple of E3 for the last, over a decade now,
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been one of the faces of, E3 coverage and, whatnot. And so this is actually kind of crazy that Jeff Keighley's not showing up. Especially when we know now that the ESA wanted him to play an even bigger role than he already was playing, So it's like, I don't know.
Sorry. Oh, go ahead, Seth.
No, I was about to change it to something so. This sounds like it could have been him trying to negotiate new terms, I guess, for this particular.
But I have no idea. I don't have anything to speculate on this. But Brandon, what are you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say, I just want to end the rumor now because I also saw this rumor going around this morning because after Jeff tweeted that, people were like, E3's dead. All this, and they're like, yeah, Nintendo's not showing up either.
Yeah, Nintendo...
There was this rumor earlier that Nintendo wasn't going to show up because I don't even remember who tweeted it out.
No, because what had happened was the ESA accidentally put out a press release beforehand.
That's what it was.
These are the companies that are going to be at E3, and Nintendo was not on that list. Yeah, the actual press release, though, does include, so it's Xbox, Nintendo, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Sega, Capcom, Square Enix, Take-Two, Bandai Namco, and Warner Brothers, among others, will be attending.
And I think Nintendo already said in an interview 2 weeks ago to Hollywood Insider that they were going to be at
E3, yeah.
E3.
Yeah, I mean, E3 is still a big part of Nintendo's strategy, so that's not surprising.
No, it's not. It's dead. It's dead. Yeah. Let it go.
Nintendo's also dead because we haven't got a Direct in forever.
I mean, that's why Jeff Keighley left. It makes so much sense now.
It's a rat. It's a rat leaving a sinking ship. Yeah. Follow your metaphor.
Yeah.
Love ships.
Yeah. Our next fucking Direct is going to be the E3 one at this point.
Man, it's I guess we're going off topic here, but man, I can't believe we still don't have a Direct. We don't know any game that's coming out after Animal Crossing. We know Xenoblade is 2020, but that's it.
Because no games
we
are coming
know
out.
Breath of the Wild 2 in Metroid Prime 4 in development. I think
and
that's all we
Bayonetta 3
know. Bayonetta 3
are in development, but we have no idea when they're going to release them. We don't have a single hard release date for Nintendo after Animal Crossing. Which comes out
that's insane.
You'll be fine.
That's fucking next month.
Yeah, it's it's weird. I don't know what's going on there, but
do you think we'll get a fucking Animal Crossing Direct at the very least?
I'm sure, but we need a general Direct, man. We need a general Direct.
We really do. As much as I want to know more information about Animal Crossing, sure. But you know what I want to know? What's happening after Animal Crossing? I have no idea. I'm going crazy.
Yeah. It's
I don't know what to look forward to.
It's weird too.
Do I kill myself after a month after Animal Crossing because I have nothing to play?
Maybe. I just it's weird because everyone kind of expected a Direct in January, right? And then it didn't happen. Then everyone's like, "Oh, February for sure." Now it's looking like that's not happening either. And it's like, when?
To be fair, we're only halfway through.
Yeah, but they tend to do Directs in the first half of the month, I don't know. Maybe we'll get it later. I don't know. And also, where's the PS5 reveal? Also, I feel everyone was expecting that to be in February. And then that doesn't seem like it's happening either.
Let me spoil it for you. It's going to be a black box.
Well, yeah, sure. But, I don't know. It's everyone's being very weirdly quiet this year, I think
we have nothing to talk. We're talking about guys jumping ship to different development studios because we don't have any games to talk about.
Just cancel the Jump Up Supercast.
Maybe that's what we're gonna do.
Video games are canceled.
Yeah.
The government won.
The whole industry is actually shutting down. We're here. This is a leak, by the way.
It's the second crash. It's happening.
Yeah, the crash is coming. Sorry, guys. Pack your bags.
We're gonna go. We're gonna move on to talking about books now.
Yeah, we will still be taking your Patreon money, though. Just to be
that's
clear.
all right. The game club has plenty of games we haven't played yet.
No. See, that's the thing. The old games are also canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nobody
the game-
cares about video games.
the game-
Video games are illegal. They're outlawed now.
The Game
Game
Club
Club is the
reading
main
video game
show,
fan fiction.
just like it always should be.
No, the only show we're gonna have a book club now, not a game club. We're gonna have a book
Shut
club.
up, you're wrong.
Uh,
You
We're
don't
just
know how
gonna
to
be
read.
we're just gonna be reading video game fan fiction. That's all we're gonna be doing.
I'm here to say, here's the thing: reading is good. Okay, you guys. If you're listening to this podcast and you don't read, you should read. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, play more visual novels.
What do you read, Muzzy? Tell us what you read.
I just read a book.
Can't be
called,
on your phone.
What?
Oh.
Can't be on your phone.
I'm not on my. Can't be on. What does that mean?
You can't be. I don't count any reading on your phone.
Oh, ebooks don't count. Ebooks aren't books.
Nope, they don't. They're not books.
Those are still books.
They're still books. What do you mean?
Mm.
It's a more convenient way of.
Okay, what books have you read?
Okay, I just recently. Well, no, see, I can't get into it because then it's gonna be.
Oh,
political.
okay, so nothing.
Why are we talking about this?
Good job. Because he's talking about how good books are, so I want to know.
I mean, I'm just saying I can't say because it's.
Because
it'd be
you haven't read one. That's
political.
why you can't say.
No, I mean I could say, "Oh, I'm reading a book by Rachel Maddow," but then suddenly people are gonna be really mad. You know, oh, you're Rachel Maddow.
Why are people gonna be mad?
What if you listen to a book? What about
There's a lot of people
audiobook?
who do not like Rachel Maddow. Just to be clear.
So
I don't even know who that is. To be
She's like a MSNBC presenter. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I don't remember what we were talking
Brandon's
about.
canceled
before
too.
this. Yeah.
I'm canceled because I don't know who somebody is.
No, because you said good for her.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay. Oh yeah, my bad.
You're supposed to
Everyone-
hate her with every fiber of your being.
Exactly. Okay. Well, that was the thing. Call of Duty, our favorite topic.
Oh yeah.
There's
Activision again.
Activision, yeah.
Brought
So
it back.
there's a rumor going about they are spinning off a free-to-play Call of Duty Battle Royale game.
Oh my god.
Which is interesting because the Battle Royale... Call of Duty is not stranger to Battle Royale, right? Black
Yeah,
Ops...
so they had one.
Black
Yeah.
Ops 4, it was included in your purchase. Call of Duty Blackout, right?
That was one of their selling points, right?
Yes, that was one of their selling
Yeah.
points, correct. Looks like they're spinning it off to its own thing, though. Gonna be a free-to-play game separate from the mainline Call of Duty game, so you no longer have to pay $60 to access this Battle Royale, which I guess makes sense. Like, all the successful Battle Royale games are free-to-play, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to pay $60 to get into a Battle Royale. I'm not about that. But free-to-play, that'll be. It's called... stall for
Is this-
time.
Is this where I edit
Warzone.
this stuff out?
Yeah. It's called Call of Duty Warzone. And so it's like a modern warfare style battle royale game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
neat, I guess.
So how's the microtransactions looking like? Did they actually announce that yet? Or is it just a-
No, but like I assume it'll be like, most things it's just cosmetic, right? I think that's how it works in Blackout too. I'm pretty sure Blackout has microtransactions despite being part of a paid game. But it's just like,
Hope
hey,
it's all cosmetic.
yeah, I assume so. Most battle royale games don't really do that. The whole,
Mhm.
but it's
Pay to
Activision, I
win.
guess, so you never know. I don't know, who knows? Okay, yeah, well, that's that. Yeah?
Sorry, I was just gonna go on a tangent, like a little rant. Like I remember the old days where you had to pay for fucking maps in Call of Duty, and it's one of those weird moments where it's like if you didn't buy the DLC map, you weren't able to get access to it, even though if you're on an online lobby. It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, thankfully they
Wasn't that
stopped
like an
doing-
Infinite Warfare?
It was
Some
yeah,
sort.
it was one of those very old Call of Duty games.
It's not that
Call of
old.
Duty 4. It is if you
Oh.
have like 15 other Call of Duty since then.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so like, I guess this is gonna live alongside like the annual Call of Duty games now, right? Which will be also weird. I mean, they have Call of Duty Mobile also, free to play game that's Call of Duty, but that's like a one thing, So different from like the kind of annualized. I wonder if mainline Call of Duty ever kind of turns into that, like the singular games as a service Call of Duty game,
Yeah, I feel so. It's getting more and more like that, though, right? Like they're putting less effort into like the single player and more effort into like multiplayer modes
into the
and shit like that.
multiplayers and
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the future Call of Duty. I mean, it's also weird because like Black Ops 4 was notorious now for having just a terrible development cycle, right? They had to cancel. They had to cut the campaign, right?
Yeah.
But then like yeah, and the only reason that game kind of turned around was because of that battle royale mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Infinity Ward, they just did a big nostalgia play for for Modern Warfare. I mean, right? And they did the big nostalgia play for World War II right before that. They don't have any more nostalgia plays left, and we've heard from rumors that Sledgehammer is not going to be making the next game. Their game got canceled, and so Treyarch is being forced to make a game with 1 year less of development time.
Shit.
Wait, have they gone back to World War II?
Yeah, they did Call of Duty World War II like in 2017.
You know what? There's always World War One.
I guess. Yeah.
So wait,
we got World War III coming up, so you know.
So
I don't know. Yeah.
Go to the Revolutionary War. Call of Duty America.
So
that's a thing, I think, maybe.
So there was like 3 studios working on Call of Duty, like Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer. But
Sledgehammer got cut.
Sledgehammer got cut.
So now Call of Duty's going back to. It's weird because Call of Duty, it's this mega successful franchise, right? But you can kind of see like the wheels are falling apart. You know. It just like I don't know, like they seem to be. I don't know. I don't know how Treyarch is gonna have to deal from going to a 3-year development cycle where they already had very big issues.
Yeah.
Down to a 2-year cycle, and they have to develop for next gen this year. You know,
that's crazy.
Imagine taking a year off.
Imagine. I mean, Assassin's Creed learned that lesson, right? Like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Went down to. They no longer do annual games because they're like.
What other games does Activision even make?
Crash and Spyro, and
don't they just outsource it, or do they actually make it?
No, that's their internal teams, like Vicarious and Toys for Bob.
Damn.
They own those.
Yeah, but are they actually making a Crash and Spyro game?
Presumably, I mean, Vicarious Visions has not worked on anything since the Insane trilogy. You have to assume they're making a new Crash game. I mean, Activision has told investors we want to make Crash and Spyro into thriving franchises. Because the remasters did so well. So you're gonna have your annual kids game in Crash and Spyro and CTR. I guess that's gonna go like on a cycle, right? Like 1 year we get Crash, 1 year we get Spyro, 1 year we get Crash Racing.
I mean, I hope they're good because we haven't had, besides the remakes, you know, they're just remakes. They remade the good ones, but we haven't had like an actual unique good Crash or Spyro in like. What, 15, 20 years?
The next one will be the real test, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, now that you don't have original source material to work off of, like, can you pull it off? Can you make a good Crash game that sells really well? Who knows? We'll see.
It's getting naughty.
But like, what else do they do? What did it Call of Duty? Because they don't have Destiny anymore. No, they
lost Destiny.
Yeah, they lost Destiny.
EA.
Right. Skylanders.
No, Skylanders is done.
They can say that.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, which happened in 2015.
There you go.
They said they have more remasters coming, so I wonder if they're going to remake Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. They already tried it once, right?
Wasn't Sekiro Activision?
Sekiro was Activision. They did publish Sekiro. So, yeah.
Published it, then.
But they don't own the rights to Sekiro. From Software owns the rights to Sekiro.
What about Prototype? That was pretty sure.
Maybe they're bringing back Prototype. I don't know.
I've never played Prototype, but heard it was pretty decent.
So they said they're doing more remasters, more remakes, more reimaginings. What from the Activision library do you want to come back?
Oh, shit.
Prototype.
I really want Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Prototype, apparently.
I want Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 remastered.
Yeah, that'd be pretty. But like, I'm so scared they messed it up. You know, when was the last time we had a good Tony Hawk game?
I don't know. That was the last one I actually cared about.
3 maybe. 4.
3 was okay.
I think 4 might have been good. Underground maybe. I think might have been good as well.
It's been a while though. Like,
what about? You know what's a cool racing game that Activision actually published back on the PS3 360 was it was called Blur. That game was cool.
You know, I saw that like at a GameStop, but I never I don't know what that game is about. I know nothing about it. Like it just.
Oh, they made Guitar Hero in 2015. The last
God,
Guitar
Guitar
Hero
Hero
game.
4 was a big old failure. That game did
The
not.
True Crime series they've been sitting on that for a while.
Time to bring back True Crime.
Fuck, I had something to say, but then I lost it.
Do they have licenses anymore? Because I know Activision used to be big into licenses, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they
they
had a
did-
bunch of Marvel licenses, like they did like
Yeah.
a Deadpool game.
They did the
Marvel,
Deadpool
James-
game, yeah, and that game was
James
pretty decent. I kind of liked it.
Who owns the license to 007 games now?
I don't
not
know.
still active?
I don't know
Your
if
mom.
anyone has it, to be honest. Maybe they dip into that again. Maybe they'll dip into like licensed stuff again.
You think there's a market for 007 games?
Maybe.
Could be. Yeah, I think so. I mean, people love 007. I mean, it's
How
one of
long-
the biggest franchises.
Do they still love
Like,
007?
What was the last
it's one
one?
of the biggest media
Bloodstone?
franchises in the world.
Hang on, what was the last 007 game? Bloodstone or something like that? Didn't that do poorly?
They did make Bloodstone. I know that.
Yeah, they did. I don't know what the last 007 game was. There was also that 007 Legends game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since they made one.
I, d-
So I don't know.
I don't think any of the James Bond games they've done was actually pretty good, like or reviewed well, other than GoldenEye, and that was still kind of
Wasn't good either.
Yeah.
The Golden
It's a sad
was not
day.
good.
It's a sad day when EA made better fucking James Bond games than Activision.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Because Nightfire was a pretty dope game.
Well, let's speculate on something happier, maybe, because we seem to be kind of bummed about Activision.
I would like to see them work with
okay.
Platinum again and bring out like one of those license games.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was
No.
a great fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transformers was fun as well.
They were a
Transformers was good.
terrible-
I was being
Wait,
sarcastic.
wait. Don't say as well. TMNT's not a good
Yeah.
game, Saf.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic. That's why I had to say I was
Like,
being sarcastic.
I was trying to be supportive of Brandon. I didn't play
No.
TMNT, but I thought you genuinely enjoyed it. It's like, okay.
No, that game sucks.
Legend of Korra was unfinished. TMNT was just bad. Transformers was the only
God
good one, and
damn
even
it.
then you could see the cut corners. You know, like
Legend of
it's
Korra
pretty-
has so much potential, and how? No, man.
I don't like the Activision Platinum partnership to work a licensed game because it's very clear that Activision does not give Platinum the time they need to make a quality product. It's like
Yep.
No. Platinum's got plenty to do on their own. They got the Platinum 4 coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them is the Activision game. Who knows?
The
God, please, no.
Yeah. Oh God.
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
Activision, Platinum. Let's do this.
SpongeBob
Okay.
is with THQ Nordic now.
Now you're talking
as
about
it should be.
Uh,
Because THQ did the SpongeBob games. So, Sega Ages. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but
Oh
Sega
God,
Ages.
the bane of my existence.
A bane of existence. It is a line of classic Sega games on the Nintendo Switch, right? So they courtesy of M2, they remaster these games, and oftentimes they add like crazy new features that the original did
Yeah.
not have. Most recently, Sonic 2 is coming, and it's going to have the drop dash from Sonic Mania.
Pretty cool.
So nothing much to discuss there. I mean, that's just really cool. But like, is there any other Sega Ages stuff you'd like to see that you want them to add features to or whatever?
Yeah, I want him to make Fantasy Star, but like add a map. Oh wait, they already did. Fucking guys, god damn that fucking map.
Why are you so mad at the map?
Cause I had to play it without the map, and it's so much harder. It's so much harder.
You know, adding a map is kind of crazy. The fact that they did that,
It's insane. I so wish I played that version of the game. Oh my god, you can't imagine. I spent so much time making my own maps.
You gotta wait for the Sega Ages version, man. You made your
Yeah,
own
I'm
maps?
supposed to know. Fuck.
You made your own maps? Hold on.
Yeah. I mean, they were very crude, and very hard to follow.
That's
but
so
yes.
funny. And now it's just in the functionality of the game.
Yeah, no, it's so bad.
Funny. Oh man,
It's
Well,
incredibly hard to follow. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, yes, I mean that just shows you the kind of the quality of these Sega Ages games, right? And I think they specifically said like Sega Ages, the goal of these is to make the best possible version of these games. So like, yeah, is there any other classic Sega stuff you'd like to see and what improvements you'd like to see in them?
Oh man, classic Sega games.
That's tough.
I actually don't have any answer to that. I tried thinking about it, but I just generally don't have any answer.
I mean, I hope we finally see a goddamn re-release of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I feel like they barely ever re-released that game.
There's weird reasons for that, and I don't know exactly what they are. But yeah, they don't. It's a weird thing that like they omit that game on like so many collections, and I don't really know the reason.
So I would like to see a definitive version of that. Combine
with the drop dash.
Yeah, the drop dash. Isn't there like some cut stuff from Sonic 3 and Knuckles that they could add or whatever? I don't know.
Well, if they release it as one full game, because Sonic 3 is technically a cut version of what they wanted to do.
Yeah. But
no.
They should do 3 and Knuckles together as one package.
Yeah.
As God intended.
Yes. As Michael Jackson intended himself.
As Michael Jackson intended.
I don't know if that game hasn't been re-released because of the Michael Jackson stuff. I don't think so.
That would be weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. The whole thing is weird. I'm trying to think of like Genesis games because they're all Master System or Genesis games, right? For the Sega ages.
Yeah. Well, they said they're open to more platforms also on the Sega.
But you think they would do like Dreamcast games?
I think there's high demand. You know what I want Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is the game I would like.
That
would
be awesome because Skies of Arcadia is a really good game. I've only played it a bit, but I liked it a lot.
I've never played it, but it looks great. I've always wanted to play it.
That Evolution Worlds is another one, or Evolution, whatever it's called. That's an RPG I want to play from them. I want to see Vector Man come back.
Oh my god, Vector Man!
Vector Man is cool as fuck.
What a game! Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and I really want it. I really want Vector Man to like just. I don't know how they could improve it, necessarily
make it look better.
But I think they should bring back Vector Man, and on top of that, bring back Comic Zone because Comic Zone is a cool fucking concept.
You know what? I'm all for this.
Comic Zone is really, really cool. It's extremely fucking difficult, so maybe Sonic Ages bring back Comic Zone, maybe like tone it down a bit because that game was way harder than it should have been. But it's a really fucking cool beat 'em up game. If you've never played that game, like you get sucked into a comic and you fight through like panels of the comic. Like it's a beat 'em up, and you can like hit the guy so hard that they smash from one panel to the next. And there's like split like different decisions that you make. Like, do you drop down to the next panel underneath, or do you keep going to the side panel? And there's like different paths you can take through the different panels of the comics. And there's like the creator who like draws the enemies. It's like so fucking cool. It's a cool fucking game, man. I want to see that.
Sega, call up Brandon. He's got some fucking ideas.
He's got ideas.
Give me fucking Altered Beast, but actually don't give me Altered Beast.
Altered Beast, but actually good game.
Altered Beast, but it actually like in the arcade the Switch physically makes rumbles in a way that moves you around and
give me Landstalker again. Give me Landstalker again. This is what I need. Landstalker, yes, do it. But make it work better.
What do you want to add to it? Give me a specific. What do you want to add to it?
More direction. The game is very hard to follow sometimes. And, the biggest main flaw of this game is the fucking perspective, and then you'd have to remake the whole game, so no.
Okay.
Just remake it. Remake all these classic games. Just from fucking scratch.
Okay. Well, M2, you do a great job, so keep it the good work.
Oh, wait! Rystar, fix the last fucking level.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was an obvious one. Shit.
That's a good one. Rystar is a cool ass game too.
Yeah. It just gets ruined by the god awful final segment.
Final 2 levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a really cool concept. I wish that Rystar was more successful and kept going because I really liked the idea of Rystar, and he was a cool looking dude. In the art direction of the game was really cool. The music is fucking awesome too. It's just a shame that Rystar never became bigger than what it was.
Well, did you guys do a game club on that?
No, well,
the
yes.
old podcast.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's not canon. Okay, so
Yeah.
then okay. Well, I was gonna say this in the game club, but don't.
Why are you spitting on our grave?
Okay, well, that's kind of all the news. It's dry week. I'm not gonna lie.
Clearly.
Will picked the really good week to dodge. To be honest,
Fucking draft dodger.
of course,
He's not patriotic.
Well, because we were waiting for the fucking Nintendo Direct and it never happened.
We were really hoping.
You were waiting for something that was never going to happen.
I refreshed Nintendo's Twitter about 150 times.
A day?
A day.
In like
day.
5-minute period.
So per 5 minutes, not per. Wow.
Wow.
He's refreshing a lot. Yeah.
He's going to break his
I
mouse.
just wanted to see that tweet, man.
Well, it is time to move on to our favorite segment, the list.
The
list!
So, Safi, it is your turn to pick, but before that, you should follow along in the pastebin below, because what we do is we bring a game and we rank it against all the other games that we've already ranked. Not a best of list, but we're just how
It's a
these
best
games
of.
compared to each other. Yeah, best of
These are the best 164 games.
Yeah, and one of those is Sonic 06.
Ever released.
Last week, I don't remember what we added, if I'm real with you. What
It
did we
was
add?
you, and we added Amiibo Festival.
Amiibo Festival, that's right. Yeah. We added Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival at number 162, so it's the 162nd best game of all time.
Out of
Very true.
164 games on this list. We put it straight to hell.
Yeah.
Where it belongs.
What would you like to add today?
Okay. So I've got two choices. So if this one doesn't work out, I have a backup. I don't think anyone's played enough to be able to have an experience, but I'm hoping they have. So the first one I'm going to pick is Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I'm out.
I played like the first 2 chapters.
2 chapters.
I only played maybe 5 hours of the game.
I don't know. Is that enough to? I don't know if it's enough to form my opinion because you get to do.
There's
a lot of
Not
cool
according
stuff.
to me, but I'm not the one here.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
I
cool
don't
stuff that
feel-
you don't get access to. Until
Yeah, and I don't feel like my opinion on the game would weigh nearly as
Here's the
heavy
thing.
as yours.
Will has played it, and I will play it, so hold off a little bit on that pick.
That's
Okay,
right.
Safi?
Second choice.
Saf's played it twice.
I played it twice. Second choice is Pokemon Black and Pokemon White.
Alrighty. Now we
Pokemon
have 3
Black?
people here.
Yeah.
Pokemon Black and White. Tell me about
Well,
Pokemon Black
I haven't
and
played
White,
these either.
Saf.
Well, if you play Pokemon, any Pokemon game, it's basically the
You played
exact
them
same
all.
thing. The only difference here is that this feels more like a reboot
Okay.
because it has a completely fresh list of Pokemon that you start off with throughout your entire journey.
Wait, but Safi, there's always new Pokemon
Yeah.
in your game. What's different about this one?
There's no old Pokemon. There's no legacy Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Zubats
We're
are no
talking.
longer Zubats. They're now fucking Swoobats, I guess, or Woobats.
Woobat.
Yeah, with that.
And instead of Geodudes, you get fucking Rogue and Rollers and shit like that. I hope I got the name right.
You did.
Good.
It's just such a
Good.
funny explanation.
Yep. So, it's a whole brand new bunch of Pokemon. It feels rebooted. There's a lot more focus on stories than there was in previous games. The Pokemon trainers and the gym leaders feel a lot more well developed. And it's supposed to be a more mature or Pokemon game because it tackles enslavement of Pokemon, basically, like freedom of Pokemon and shit like that.
Mhm.
But
And even the main characters are instead of 10-year-olds, they're 15, 16-year-olds now.
yeah, they're a little grown up for sure. So this is this Pokemon game, and I want this game to be rated higher than at least Pokemon Red and White. Sorry, Pokemon Red and White.
Red and
Pokemon
White.
Red.
Red and White.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, White, and Blue. Yep. Pokemon Red. Because this game has done a lot more in making the gameplay feel more dynamic. Like, the pace is a lot quicker, the music is a lot more varied to just kind of like add more intensity to it. Like, if you're at ill health,
Yeah.
the music plays along with the beat of your fucking low health. Like, you hit that.
Gen 5 music is fucking sublime,
Really
by
It's
the way.
fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
that fucking, that fucking ringing tune is like, boo, 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 boo. Like, there's an actual
So
beat
annoying.
to it this time for
Here's-
Gen 5. Like, this is the start of that beat. And
Okay, well, here's my issue, Safi. If you
Go.
if you said Black and White 2, in a heartbeat, I would agree with you. But Black and White 1, I like it a lot still, but like,
I mean, I would still put it up because, like, again, like, it does a lot of cool things that I would cannot expect to see from another Pokemon game. Like, it does things like even with gym battles, like, they have their own unique music. When the gym trainers on the last Pokemon, the music changes up to just make it feel more intense. Like,
Yeah, they do that, and like they do that now, even still in Sword and Shield.
this was the start of that. Like, they've done a lot creatively to kind of like make this a really, really good, really, really strong next step to that game. Like, Pokemon Black and White felt more 3D on the 2DS game, on the DS than
X and Y.
not X and Y.
X and Y.
Than the previous ones, like
Diamond Pearl.
Diamond
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a step above Diamond and Pearl for sure.
It's like the best looking DS game.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
Yeah,
It's
Like,
very
yeah.
good
I mean, the
looking
fucking Pokemon sprites in that game are incredible.
game. Okay,
It's the last game that used sprites in the Pokemon series, but damn, they were so fucking animated. Like, it was just great. It looked great. You know?
Okay.
And
but here's my problem, Black and White. Okay?
Go on. What's your problem?
I like that they had the courage to be like, okay, only new Pokemon, right?
Mhm.
I loved that. I loved it so much.
However, I think 155 is not enough for regional decks. I feel like I was kind of getting bored of the Pokemon. You know? I feel like I was like, oh man, another Woobat, oh man, another Roggenrola.
I mean, welcome to also Gen 1.
Yeah.
Sure, but like that's not a problem with any other game in the franchise, though. Besides Gen 1 and besides Black and White and Red and Blue.
Kind of Gen 2. I mean, they had a...
Yeah, I guess Gen 2 as well.
Yeah, but after you beat the game, there become more Pokemon available.
Yeah, but like during the game, though, and also the Pokemon take so long to evolve in this game.
I mean, I
I
get
kind of
the-
like that, to
but-
be honest with you,
Mhm.
because it seems like when some Pokemon have like a middle stage, that they're only on that middle stage for like maybe 10 levels, and it just becomes very forgetful that you don't even care or grow attached to like that middle
Mhm.
evolution at all.
Yeah.
So with them taking longer, like you get more attached to what they looked like prior, so you care more about that stage. So all of a sudden, middle stages, you might become more attached and like them more than it's just the crappy middle stage.
yeah.
Who are the starters in this game?
Oh,
The
and
starters,
that's
I will
the
say,
other
are
thing.
the starters are actually the worst starters in out of all the Pokemon
in
games,
the
in my
entire
opinion.
series. It's the worst batch of starters ever.
Yeah, I do like Oshawott a lot, and I do like Duat a lot, but I hate Samurott. I really
Samurott
hate
is
him.
bad. Superior
Yeah.
is bad. Embor is bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Embor's
I-
the one I used.
I like all their first stages, but
yeah.
their final evolutions are all really bad.
It's just not good. Not good.
But I mean, I can't really judge the whole game just on the starters, right?
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of really cool Pokemon. Like, I know a lot of people say, like, oh, well, they're like Gen 5 is the worst. It has so many duds. It has a lot of duds. It also has the most amount of Pokemon out of any of them. So,
yeah. And I think it has the best story in a Pokemon game.
oh yeah, easily the best story. I mean, the most interesting team that's
Yeah.
ever been, villain team.
Mhm.
They're basically PETA. They're easy to hate. You have also other interesting characters like N. N is like super cool.
Yeah.
Safi, where are you thinking about putting this game? That's what I want to know.
So above 33, somewhere, maybe closer to Cuphead, like maybe
Jesus
20.
Christ.
I like number 26 is what I like.
Jesus
26.
Christ.
I like, again, if it was Black and White 2, I would be there with you. But it's not Black and White 2. And so
Black. To be fair, Black and White 2 does flush out the story more.
Mhm.
It has a more diverse Pokedex than because it doesn't.
Yeah.
It has a bigger regional Pokedex, so it's not just the 155 or whatever.
I
But
forgot.
it's
Sorry. Do your thing. Sorry, real quick.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you just reminded me immediately. Like the post game content in Black and White is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to capture like the 7 stages, so you have to explore around the region, the Unova region, to get them.
Has a good post game. I can go on. I like a lot of things about Gen 5.
I'm
Alright,
feeling
so-
number 29.
29.
Yeah.
All right, so I haven't played this game, so obviously you can take my opinion.
Well, you
with a grain
had
of
it
salt.
more though, didn't you? So
I played Black too.
oh, you played Black 2, okay.
So the question I want to pose is that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, in some factor, there is legacy in that choice, being where it is, and here we're comparing Black to Red, Blue, and Yellow, and immediately putting it above it. But the fact that Red, Blue, and Yellow got to where it was in part not because of its quality, but because of its place in the history. Which is my problem with the legacy argument. Like, now, anything that's better than Red, Blue, and Yellow, it should go above it, but it doesn't. It's not because of a legacy thing, it's because of the quality of it. Now, to remain consistent, you know what I mean? It's a whole rabbit hole thing.
I guess, but here's the thing. I'm not even 100% sure I want to put it above Red, Blue, and Yellow, to be real with you. Again, if it was Black and White 2, I would do it in a heartbeat. But it's not. And I think... Because my thing is, you say, oh, well, it's kind of a slippery slope or whatever. My thing with Legacy, I will factor that in, right? But, like, if a game is of such quality that I can oversee it, Red and Blue being one of the most important games of all time, then, sure, I'll put it above it, right? But I don't know if Black and White necessarily does that. I don't know if Black and White is, like, so fucking... Here's my thing about Pokemon. It's something that frustrates me about Pokemon fans and the way they talk about the series. But, like, so often I hear the refrain of, oh, every Pokemon game is better than the last, right? Every Pokemon game is better than the last. And not only that, oh, these games are so much better than Red and Blue. So much better than fucking where we started with. And I just don't agree. I know I'm in the minority here when I say Red and Blue is one of the best games in the series, right? Mm-hmm. But even ignoring that, even if you don't agree with me there that it's one of the best games in the series, I feel like the improvement over Red and Blue in the subsequent games is pretty marginal. Like, quality of life improvements are welcome, but, like, sometimes you guys talk about it as if it's like, oh, it's a fucking... Red and Blue is a trash dumpster fire, and this is just one of amazing. And it's like, Pokemon game is a Pokemon game, man. Like, it's really not that different.
That's how I feel.
Cards on the table, like Black and White. I haven't played Black and White 2, so I'll probably put that on a list of games I'll play in the future, I guess. But Black and White has been my favorite game because it was like the most freshest take of Pokemon, and they've done a lot to like change it up, and it's like. And they've made a lot of advancements in that series through Black and White. Like, I don't think I've enjoyed Pokemon more than I have with Black and White.
With Black and White. Okay, and that's fair. That's a fair... I'm willing to give that to you, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, again, if you think this is the best Pokemon game, then, like... And by, like, that big a margin, I'll give it to you, like, sure.
Yeah, and I mean... And I get your argument too, Muskie, but like, for me, like I would put Black and White above X and Y. So like, there are situations where I think that Pokemon games weren't as good as the previous. I mean, I might put Gen 4 lower than Gen 3.
Right.
And Gen 6 lower than Gen 5. So, but I think, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 5 are better still than Gen 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 3?
Yeah. I mean, they all...
I think...
Gen 2. Gen 3, there's an argument, okay?
But here's my problem. Okay, sure, you think that, but Brandon, you are like me in that you do factor in legacy, right?
Sure.
So would you put Ruby and Sapphire above Red and Blue on the list?
There's an argument to be made. I would be willing to listen to both sides. Personally, I'd probably put it below it.
Okay.
I would put Gen 3 below Gen 1.
Okay, that's kind of what I want to hear. Because I am concerned about the slippery slope that are we going to put every fucking Pokemon game above Red and Blue,
Yeah, it's like putting every Smash game above the last, which we've done so far.
Yeah.
At least they're all not right next to each other,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Well, except for Ultimate.
Ultimate's very high.
Ultimate, I mean, shit's on
I
every
deserve
single
it
Smash
so high,
game.
though.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
The only thing I would say about that is that thank God we have Ranker series, because we could, if that seems to be a problematic thing, we could just change it.
Yeah, I guess the re-ranks do help in that. Okay, well, if you guys do feel strongly about, I can see that. I guess my love for Gen 5 primarily does come from the second game, right?
Yeah.
But I am willing to entertain the notion that this is the best Pokemon game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason,
I mean, I think Sun and Moon is better.
I thought I'm willing to entertain the notion. And you can make the argument for Sun and Moon as well. Yeah. Those games have a quality that, sure, it does extend beyond. So I'm willing to put. So I guess putting above Red and Blue is not the problem, but how high then though?
I mean, I guess I'm willing to compromise because I haven't played some of the other games as well. So,
well, you did play Tales of Symphonia recently, right? Where do you rank Black and White versus Tales of Symphonia?
I rank it higher than Tales of Symphonia.
You ranked it above. I know you ranked it above Skyward Sword. I know for Saf at least.
I rank it above Donkey Kong Country 2, to be honest with you.
About that.
Like Batman Arkham Asylum, I would rank it above. I don't know about. But that's what I'm saying.
So my biggest sticking point is Resident Evil, to be honest. And this is someone who hasn't played Resident Evil, but everything I've heard about Resident Evil.
It's hard to take you serious now.
I'm willing to compromise and put it in 26 with you, Brandon.
26. So that's above or below Arkham?
Above Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. That's a spot I can live with. Okay, we good on that then?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I can't wait for fucking Will's reaction to hear him say, "Oh, I wanted to talk about this game again."
Oh, no.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he would. It's a game that he would want to talk about.
Here's the thing, though. Will is not a fan of Black and White as much as we are. I'll tell you that much. I like Black and White.
Well, you're gonna be mad.
Some of my talking points were actually just to make Will happy, so he feels like his point was made, like the evolution thing. But I actually don't care that much about.
Well, at least I presented a decent counter argument to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Pokemon Black and White we have just ranked. It is number 26 on the list. Surrounding it is Cuphead, Donkey Kong Country 2, Pokemon Black and White, Batman Arkham Asylum, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword at number 28.
Yep.
That is the list. Who wants the final word?
Saf's been gone forever.
Alright, Saf wants the final word.
Why are Saf and Will never on the podcast at the same time?
It is, this, you're right, you're not wrong, Saf and Will, it's a mystery. So, while Saf thinks on that, Brandon, can you plug? You
want me to call my plug?
Yes, call it.
Yeah, I can do that. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you made it to the end. if you enjoyed Jump Up Supercast, make sure you check us out on your favorite podcast listening service of your choice, including SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube, where new episodes of the Jump Up Supercast will go up every single Monday, and including the Game Club, which will go up every other Thursday. So give us a follow, a like, or a share. Feel free to let us know where you would have put Pokemon Black and White on the list down in the comments below. Support us if you love what we do on Patreon for just $1 a month. You can get the chance to choose one of our Game Club games that we play once around. So that's pretty fun. We played Silent Hill 2 for the first Patreon pick. What will we play next? Maybe it's up to you. So we really appreciate all of our Patreon supporters so far. You guys are the best. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to stay up to date on everything Jump Up Supercast related. And hell, you can even catch us streaming from time to time on twitch.tv/JumpUpSupercast, where we're going to be playing games here and there. Muzzy, you've been playing some Hell games. Maybe you'll do it this week. Maybe you won't. But we'll find out.
I'll get back on that. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. And as always, I want to thank everybody for being on the podcast with us, and everybody for listening. And of course, our Patreons, we want to thank you guys too. I want to thank every single person for listening or sharing or doing whatever you want to this podcast, because we love video games just like you. So go out there, play some video games, be nice to each other. And Saf, your final phrase.
It's like 1:45 in the morning, and I am tired. My body aches from Ring Fit. This is a miserable time already. Please kill me now.
If we don't get a Nintendo Direct, please kill us all.